welcome back to Abroad in China. I'm joined here today by the lovely, illustrious Portia Cherelle. This is my sister, y'all, and I'm just gonna go ahead and introduce her. She is Portia Cherelle. She's an author. Yeah, she's an author, a business mogul. She's an inspirational speaker, and would you like to? And a podcaster. Yeah, I'm actually gonna be on her podcast today. So I'm just gonna go ahead and introduce her. Did you want to go through some of your tags, Instagram, Facebook, podcast?
Yeah, if you follow this and follow Jarrah on her journey, you can definitely locate me on Facebook, Portia Cherelle. I got to spell everything for you. PortiaCherelle. On Instagram, I'm XO, author of your dreams. And then my podcast is Resilient Rail. It's available on all major streaming platforms.
Yeah, and I had to ask her like 3 times how to spell resilient because I'm smart. But yeah, so hey sis, how you doing? I'm glad to have you on today.
You as well, thank you.
Right, awesome. So what we're gonna do today, we're just kind of break down, being that this is a channel dedicated to the journey. We're gonna kind of break down the process and different things like that. Sis has a couple of questions that she wants to ask me, so I'm gonna let her go ahead and take over. And if I start talking,
okay. It's okay, I get it. I'm a fast talker also. Thank you again. As she stated, my name is Portia Cherelle. I'm a personal development advisor. I am an author, and I'm a podcaster, entrepreneur. Right now, we are recording my podcast and doing her YouTube channel. This is very cool. So to my listening audience, I will give you her handles a little bit later on in the show. Right now, I'm going to allow her to introduce herself. I do want to thank you for taking the time to listen. And as always, good morning, good evening, good afternoon. Wherever you are finding yourself listening to me, I thank you so much for joining. This is my first live interview, so this is pretty fun. I don't like to record multiple times, so I hope we kind of get this right on the first or second try. But I'm going to allow my guest. Her name is Jarrah. She's a recent college grad. She is embarking on a new journey, traveling to the great country of China, and we have a lot to discuss about being fearless, taking those leaps, and just really going after your dreams no matter what. So I'm going to let her introduce herself.
Hi. Okay, yeah. So my name is Jarrah. Just like Miss Mitchell told you all. I don't know if that's a name that you use on here. Okay. So just like she said, my name is Jarrah. I'm getting ready to embark on a new journey going to China, specifically Guangzhou, China. I'll be leaving in the next few days. And today, we're just kind of here to discuss some of the process, getting there, my expectations, and yeah.
So I wrote, what we are discussing is we're going to discuss leaping into that next step, following your tailor-made journey despite others' doubts and fears, and what it means to live life fearlessly to achieve the life you always knew you could have. And I feel like this journey, my journey, a lot of our journeys is embodying this totally. So we're out here living fearlessly and making things happen. So Jarrah, the first question that I have is, what led you to, I don't know if that's the first on my list, but that's what I'm asking first. What led you to this journey? What led you to say, I'm not going to Florida. I'm not going to Texas. I'm not going to California. I'm not going to New York. I'm going to China. What kind of led you here to this journey in this particular space?
Okay. Well, as many of my close friends and family know, I know that you know especially, it's been one of my biggest goals to travel. Like, since I was 5, I can remember wanting to go to different places and live different places. So I've always had that in my heart, but after graduating last May, I had something set up where I was supposed to go to Thailand actually at the end of the year. That didn't fall through due to finances. So being here with Rail, we've had a journey over the last we've had a journey, but different things led to the process, and I kind of considered the military at one point, but overall it was just, I think overall I like to describe it as a means to an end.
Okay.
So it's a means for me getting the experience, but also for me to develop into the person that I need to be.
That's cool. That's going to lead into one of my other questions. What do you feel this journey will pull out of you the most? Like, or what are you expecting? Like, I know you may not know because it's just also new, but in the end, once you go over there and you begin working and you stay over there for a year. Yeah, what do you feel or what do you think or what do you hope will be the end journey that's going to pull out you, that maybe something you didn't even expect? What do you think that would be?
Definitely courage. My main thing that I feel like it's gonna pull out of me is courage, because it takes a lot to take this step. But overall, I want to be able to come back with the sound pride in myself, but also just to be able to say, I can go here. It's
You did it.
hey, listen, I'm good. I'm solid over here. I can do this.
Yes.
But also I want to have the strength to be able to branch out into different avenues as well. Because as you know, I also want to be an entrepreneur, following in my sis' footsteps.
I think courage is like a great foundation to help all these other not ventures, but a lot of the other things that we have, joy, happiness, love. I think that courage and stepping out there is like a great foundation. So that's pretty cool that you said courage. You hope this pulls courage out of you, because it seems so courageous to go to China. So that's awesome. Do you have a favorite mantra that you live by or you go by or that you quote like daily?
I have a couple of them. My favorite one, shout out to Childish Gambino, is if I'm breathing, I can handle it.
Okay.
That's
like
my
that.
favorite one. That's my favorite one. But also, I've been saying like maybe for like the last few months, que sera sera. That's I can't remember the name right now. I'll add it in somewhere. We'll figure it out later, yo.
Yeah.
But you have to just live. You can't live in fear. You have to go for the things that you want. And as we've discussed numerous times, sometimes you just have to start walking in your path.
That's it.
Like you just have to.
Boldly.
Yeah.
I'm telling you.
Just got to do it.
So, are you looking forward to trying any new food? Have you learned any new language that you can like teach us right now? We could practice.
Oh, okay. Put me on spot, sis. Okay. So as far as the food, yeah, I'm really looking forward to the food. I'm looking forward to having authentic cuisine, to just jumping in and eating like new fruits and vegetables.
See, that's so good.
Yeah.
Fruits and vegetables. I said rice and noodles. Rice and noodles.
Rice, noodles, and dumplings. But no, for real. Like I'm not gonna lie to you. One of my goals is also to lose a couple pounds while I'm over there. So that is one of my goals. So I'm thinking maybe
I think the Asians have the key to it. They're pretty slim. Lots of garlic and cabbage.
Yeah, I would agree. I would agree there. So fingers crossed. Maybe I'll come back a couple pounds lighter. Hey. But what was the question? Oh,
new
language.
Foods, any new language that you've learned? Any Chinese or Mandarin, I guess, that you've learned.
Mandarin. Yeah. Well, I believe some people may know ni hao or ni hao ma. So ni hao is hello. Ni hao ma is kind of like hello, how are you? Please forgive me if I am not correct on that. There have been a couple of other phrases that I've been practicing, but right now I'm just trying to get the.
But you at least know how to say hello.
I know how to say hello.
At least you know how to say hello.
I'm trying to get the currency down. Oh, that's important. That is important.
I do want to ask. I know you probably have, like most of us, we have our inspirations in our circles. Do you have a celebrity, or even if they're not like famous, like well known, but they maybe have started a business or they published a book or something like that? Do you have like a celebrity inspiration, whether like we know them or not, that you look at and say like, okay, she's cool, he's cool, that's very motivating, that's inspiring, I like what they're doing, and you're kind of not following in their footsteps, but you do look to them for like kind of that inspiration and different things?
I would say, as of right now, Lizzo. I love Lizzo.
I love Lizzo.
Lizzo is
she's
that
a
girl.
vibe.
Let me just tell you,
she's amazing. Oh
Truth
my goodness.
Truth hurts. That's all I gotta say. But it's okay. Shouts out to y'all. But yeah, I think Lizzo right now, she's kind of like she's the major key.
She's it, yeah.
Of course, like Maya Angelou, I do look up to Oprah just because who doesn't? Like, who doesn't? I think she's a blueprint for just about everybody.
Major.
But also, Diana Ross, Tracy Ellis Ross. Like,
I love them.
And
love 'em.
a lot of these people,
They're trailblazers.
I think a lot of them, they are also musicians. So I guess I'm still trying to look more so into the women, but also there are a couple of men. I can't pull any out right now, but
Yeah,
they're the main ones that I can think of.
That's cool. I like that. We love Mrs. Ross and her daughter, honey. Yes. Okay, so I know this is kind of heavy.
Oh,
well, you know what I first want to say before I ask this is you are a recent college graduate.
Mm-hmm.
I would like to discuss that journey after school, trying to get into the workforce, and ultimately, you know, I hate to keep kind of saying this or being repetitive, but leading up to this point, how did you feel as a recent college graduate? Of course, a lot of times once we graduate school, we come back home, and then you're trying to just figure out what's next. So more so my question is, what helped you to figure out what's next, or are you still figuring out what's next, and this kind of is a part of your figuring out what's next?
I'm definitely always trying to figure out what's next. Always trying to figure it out. So I graduated from Savannah State University May of 2018 with a bachelor's in sociology. So with that, with it being such a broad degree, there are a lot of fields that I could have gone into, but it kind of just felt like moving back home, like none of the doors were just opening. It kind of just felt like they were just bolted. So after trying here, no avail. Trying here, no avail. Okay, well, maybe I'll look into Atlanta. You know, we have connections in Atlanta. You know, we'll do that. No, doors closed. Okay, well, all right, well, what's next? So my mindset is kind of always what's next. And like my mom says, like our mom says, I tend to have a lot of things in the kettle at one time. We are Southern, so I don't know if y'all understand that.
Gumbo, we're throwing
it all in there. We throw it all in there. So when I graduated, maybe like last December, like I said, I was thinking about the military. I was thinking about moving out west. I was thinking about moving to Atlanta. I had put in maybe like 65 applications. I was just like, somebody gonna hit me back. And then I was also doing this, but you know, I was looking into YouTube. I was looking into purchasing a business, just various things. So I think kind of for me, I try to figure out what's logical for me at the time and what's feasible financially, and then whichever one works out, I go with. And I know that's not the most responsible way to do things, but I feel like as of right now, with myself being 22 years old, I don't have any children. I don't really have any I don't really have anything that's holding me. Yeah. So I feel like I'm afforded that right now.
So what would you say to anyone who's scared to go after their dream? They have this person doubting them. They don't have the support that they need. They just feel like they're in it alone. What would you say to that person, that young woman, that 40-year-old, that 60-year-old? What would you say to that person right now?
You know what I want to say. Man, whatever. Go for it. Yeah. Go for it. I don't care if you're 100 years old. It's still your life. It's still your life at the end of the day. As long as you have a good foundation within yourself to where you know, I can do this, go for it. Like, it does not matter. I don't care what the next person says, because at the end of this life, it's going to be you facing yourself and God.
That's it.
So why would you live your entire life fearful, thinking about what you could have done when you can have these stories to look back on.
Yep.
When you're old and gray,
That's
when
true.
you know, when you possibly may be in a wheelchair. Hopefully none of us will be in wheelchairs, because we gonna work this thing on out. We gonna eat these veggies and fruits. Listen, we gonna work this thing on out. We gonna be okay. But I just feel like you should live the life that you feel that you deserve.
That's true.
And we all deserve a great life. We all deserve to be in a place to where we are happy. Not even comfortable. Don't settle for comfort. Like, be in a place where you're happy and where you know that even if I lost everything tomorrow, I'm straight, because I've already done this. That's how I feel.
I read that in a book, and it was discussing when we pass, there's your birth year, and there is the year that you pass, and then there's that dash in the middle. Mm-hmm. And life is really about that dash and what you're doing in the dash. That's
that's like, it's crazy, because it's like we can be reduced to a dash, You know, we can be reduced to a semicolon or whatever other, decimal points. Not decimal points.
I know what you're saying, though.
Punctuation.
Yes.
You know, we our lives can look so minute when you look at them, but you have to just feel comfortable and stable enough to make your life worthwhile.
Do you think you always focus on the bigger picture?
I try to. I try to. I try not to focus on the smaller things. Sometimes it's hard to, though, because,
it's right there in front of you.
It's right there in front of you. And we do live day by day. I can't say that I'm just, some, omniscient being. I'm just up here floating around, kumbaya to everybody. I can't say that. But sometimes you just have to look past your current situation and you have to strive for what's next. You have to strive for the bigger picture.
That's a great segue into my last question.
Okay.
And I know you're still young, and that's why I said the question is kind of heavy, but I do think it's great to think about still. Have you already begun to think of your legacy and what it would be? Like what you want to leave behind and what you want your name to mean once you are no longer here? Or even while you're here, because sometimes they're like living legends, you know what I mean? So
yes.
What do you want your legacy to be?
I've not really thought in full about a legacy per se, but I do know that there are a few things that I do want to establish. I want, at the end of this life, I want my name to mean something to my community. That's my biggest thing. If I can set up something to where it means something to my community, just look at Nipsey. Look at the impact. Yes, rest in power, Nipsey. Look at the legacy that he's had, and it's sad that it took his life for a majority of people to acknowledge it, but he was still making moves.
Oh my gosh.
And people were still acknowledging it.
He was amazing.
Amazing.
So
Absolutely.
People say, I don't even listen to his music. It's just him as a person,
Exactly.
him as a man, him as a father,
right.
Entrepreneur, trailblazer. I mean, to blaze a trail is phenomenal. It takes a lot of grit. You can't give up. You will be alone a lot of the time, but you have to keep that bigger goal in mind. He always kept the bigger goal in mind, and then he always put his community first. He put his family first, you know what I mean? So his legacy is his family. He was only, I think he was not even 35 before he passed.
Very young.
And his legacy is just amazing. Like, you can't deny it. It's undeniable. His undeniable legacy. So rest in peace to Nipsey Hussle.
Absolutely.
Praying for him and the fam, and a lot of others that are affected by things such as that we may not know. Like, we know Lauren London, we know Nipsey, but there are a lot of other women and men that are dealing with things.
And it's also triggering as well, because we deal with that.
It is.
But
it's triggering.
As far as legacy, I think that's just my main thing. I want to leave something to where it impacts people positively. I want to leave something to where my children, my great-grandchildren, and those after, my nieces and my nephews, they're able to, even if it's financially, or even if it's just emotionally, mentally, I need to leave an impact.
That's a different topic for a different day.
Yes, it is.
Breaking those curses emotionally, mentally, so that this next generation can build on it. A generational curse is not just like, it's not alcoholism or something. Yeah, it's just like,
it's not the boogeyman in the corner, but it can be you wanting to sit outside all day and just do whatever you want to do because you don't feel like the world acknowledges you. It can just be a mindset. It can be a couple of things, but just like you said, it's a different episode for a different day.
It is. We may have to record it before you leave. Oh my God, we don't have much time. I do want to go ahead and give you handles really quickly, because I know my followers are going to subscribe and follow this journey and support you. Even if it's with a stream, because that means so much to us in this world.
We support around here.
You gotta support.
Okay?
Subscribe and share. Yes. The 3 S's. Okay, so her IG is Abroad in China. It's ABROAD, the letter N, China. On YouTube, subscribe to her channel, Abroad in China. It's ABROADIN China. Follow this young lady's journey. She is trailblazer. She's doing new things. She's taking a huge leap of faith, doing things that At this point, some of us have never done before, so it's new, it's interesting, it's intriguing. We want you to be safe and have a great journey. Is there anything else that you want to say? Anything we didn't cover?
I need you to get your passport.
I will.
Okay.
I will.
But yeah, definitely thank you for having me. I really do appreciate it.
you.
Thank you all for watching. Much love to my big sis. Being that you all are watching me, you know that I post her often. Support my sister, because
follow.
share when this book is released, go buy it.
It's amazing.
Listen,
and I'm not just saying that.
I'm really not just saying it. We've been connecting. It's okay. But thank you all so much for watching. I done dropped this pen like 11,000 times. Thank you for having me.
Thank you. Again, my name is Portia Cherelle. You can follow me on Facebook. I'm a personal development advisor. PORTIACHERELLE. IG, EXO, author of your dreams. I just want to be your next favorite. And my podcast is Resilient Rail on all major streaming platforms. Thank you again, sis.
Thank you. Bye. Oh, wait. I feel like I forgot something. Wait a minute. I forgot something on mine. Oh. Yeah, I was trying.
Wait a minute.
I was trying to come up with a closing for mine.
Okay.
So, you know how I always say, like, carry on?
Yeah.
I was thinking, like, stay tuned, carry on.
No, yeah, because guess what? I think I do normally say just say keep pushing, and I didn't say that, but it's okay.
Okay, so stay tuned. Carry on.
Oh, we were still recording.
We're still recording. All right, bye, y'all.
Keep pushing.